Lily is in her mid-20s. Recently, she took part in a 1959 horror film, exactly as its director intended, even though he died in 1977. How? I'll say that again. Lily is in her mid-20s. Recently, she took part in a 1959 horror film, exactly as its director intended, even though he died in 1977. How?
So the question is, what horror films was this I would think a major theatrical film that was out there in around that time. So I'm trying to think of what films were out there. Like, was Psycho I'm thinking when Psycho came out. I think it was a little later, I think past 1959.
Has she just done a murder and thought that the film was like instructional? And it's like participation.
And that's exactly as the director intended.
Yeah.
The title is How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
And she has in fact got away with murder.
I like your thinking, and I kind of wish that was the answer, but sadly no.
Mid-20s is specific, isn't it? Like, why is her age important?
Mid-20s.
I remember reading an article about a horror director who was the king of gimmick horror movies. And I think that's around late 50s, early 60s. Just as television was starting to come in and theatre audiences were declining, he was trying to bring in just weird stuff. The name that comes to mind is The Tingler, which was a movie he came up with that said something like, "The Tingler is loose in this theatre, ladies and gentlemen," and then he'd like gimmick the seats in the theatres, or get the ushers to turn off the lights at the right moment, or scare people. He had one where there was a vote in the audience. You would hold up a panel to see whether the murderer would escape justice or not, and it was all obviously like pre-recorded. That they always voted to condemn the murderer. Of course they did. But he had a load of gimmicks, and I'm wondering, like, as the director intended, I'm wondering if this is that guy and one of his horror gimmicks.
You are very, very close. You are pretty much bang on. But
yeah, the trouble is I don't know what the gimmick is and why it would matter that it's her mid-20s.
I think don't worry about mid-20s. Maybe focusing on took part in a 1959 horror film.
It's too early for, or massively too early for something like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where it's like she's got her kit off in the cinema and that's as intended.
Taking part, like, was this like I'm trying to think, how major of a part did she take in with this? Was it just like something that was just small enough under the radar? Did it have a big impact on this? If it's a horror film, was it like, was she the one who got murdered in the film?
Or like that film Boyhood, where they record them every year being a boy. I don't really know what the film's about, but that thing of, they're making a remake of Merrily We Roll Along where they're doing it over the course of 40 years. Is it like part 8 coming in 2026 with new actresses?
I wish it was a horror Boyhood that had been started in 1959 that we just haven't heard about. And Lily is now 107.
Yeah.
Maybe the gimmick is you're meant to scream back at the screen. Like, that's how that's how the audience defeats the monster. You must scream as loud as possible to defeat them.
Like a horror pantomime. It's like, oh, he's behind you.
That's basically what these were. I'm little bits of this article are coming back to me. Like he offered a coward's exit in one film, where if you were too scared, then you would be given the opportunity to run out and get a refund. But you would have to take the coward's exit. There were all sorts of things like that.
I would say, as a sort of suggestion that might help you along the way, the audience is at one point meant to think that something's gone wrong.
So they're sitting down watching the film, correct? This is what I'm getting. Like, they're watching the film. Does the film just suddenly stop, and like, does something happen where it just chaos ensues? There's a technical issue, and then the audience is just sitting there figuring out what's going on next. The lights come up, or maybe the lights stay down. Who knows? And then you hear the bloody murder being screamed somewhere else, and then the lights come back on, and then you see someone missing. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you literally basically all together Tom and Bob pretty much got it as we went. So it is that film that you said, Tom, the Tingler, and near the climax.
It is the Tingler.
It's the Tingler. The creature is said to escape into the cinema. The screen goes dark and the house lights come on while a planted performer in the audience screams and pretends to faint as if attacked. During the original release...
That's the bit I couldn't remember.
This is the bit. The moment was accompanied by a vibrating device attached to some seats, and revival screenings sometimes recreate the stunt with actors in the audience. Other gimmicks included a break when people could leave the film, which is what you said, and get their money back.
Yep.
A poll on whether the film should have a nice ending or a tragic ending, and a skeleton flying over the audience. And I will say, these are giving me some great inspiration for my Edinburgh Fringe.
What's the guy's name?
He's called director William Castle. And
William Castle
would absolutely eat in the Edinburgh Fringe. Like, these gimmicks, he would absolutely take over Pleasance Courtyard, no doubt about it.
Yep.
My guy would be in all of the top shows to see in Fringe. That's why. But so she took part sort of after the fact, but the director intended to have a live performer in the room as well.
There should definitely still be a coward's exit for like any film to be like, I just need to get out of Wuthering Heights right now.
Yes.
I'm walking.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.